Hello guys, Donald aka Blood Baron 15 here, coming at you today with Super Showdown predictions. And I looked away to grab my phone because that's where the predictions are on the phone. No, the matches are all on the phone. I have a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to pick, but as I read them, my ideas are likely to change. Let's just jump into it with the first match. Here we have Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. I'm just going to say, Becky needs to win this. I really don't like Charlotte. Like, I get she's an amazing wrestler. She's second generation at least. I don't know if Ric Flair's father or anything wrestled, but she's she's the first second generation female wrestler, but there's Natalia, who I believe was wrestling before Charlotte was, or maybe around the same time. There's probably other people. So anyway, she's like a lineage wrestler, and that's why they push her so much, I feel. But again, she's a pretty good wrestler, but I just don't care about her character. Her character just I could not care less. So because of that, I'm going Becky Lynch, and well, not just because of that, because Becky Lynch is also goddamn amazing. So Becky deserves the world. I'm a huge Becky mark. So Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce. I don't watch SmackDown enough to remember their names, and I didn't watch them on NXT, so they're kind of odd people to me. The place I know them best from is BBGW, which, shameless plug, Wednesdays, check me out. Oh wait, Sunday is the pay-per-view. That's, well, in 2 days, the day after Super Showdown, so you should come check that out as well. But enough shameless plugging. I think Asuka and Naomi are going to win this because there's a stigma of people losing in their hometowns, and with it being the home country of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, as well as later on Buddy Murphy. However, I guess it's different there. I think with them having two different matches that have hometown people, I think one of them will get the rub, the other will get the loss, and I think the Iconics are the ones that are going to be eating the loss tomorrow morning? However you want to say it. We have the New Day, Big E, Kofi, Xavier versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Obviously, it's only going to be two people from the New Day because they never want to throw all three of them in a match to defend the titles, which would be really cool if they did, actually, in my opinion. But obviously, I'm going with the New Day. I don't think the bar is going to pick it up here. I don't think any titles are going to change hands on this card, and I think the New Day have not had the titles long enough to lose them at this point anyway. Cedric Alexander, the champion, versus Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. And I know, I just said I don't think any titles are going to change hands, but I think this title is going to change hands with Buddy Murphy picking up the win here and getting the Cruiserweight Championship. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, and I know we've done a lot of, pretty much, this has all been SmackDown, but I'm looking at the Wikipedia list of matches here, and even though the 205 Live guys were thrown in the middle of the SmackDown, it seems like it's kind of split up into SmackDown and Raw. But anyway, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, WWE Championship on the line, and it's a no count-out, no disqualification match. I think AJ is picking up the win here. Again, no titles changing hands aside from the Cruiserweight Championship, which we already talked about. But I believe AJ picking up the win here. I would love Samoa Joe to have it. I think he deserves it. I think he would be great with it. I think it would be better if Joe had it. But in my heart, it says they're going with Styles because 2K19 comes out technically after this, so they want to keep him as the champion until it's already fully out. But it technically also, it comes out on Friday, which is today. Actually, I can go pick up the game right now if I pre-ordered it. If you pre-ordered it and got like the special edition or something, I think the Deluxe edition, you get it on Friday. So I could have it right now, but I didn't pre-order it, and I actually probably should so I can get Ronda and Rey Mysterio. But enough about that. AJ picking up the win here and retaining the title. Ooh, God, this is the one that I do not care about. It is the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, with Ronda against the Riott Squad, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. I'm sorry if this is bothersome with me looking down at my phone, but I need to peek at my phone and then peek at you guys. I see you guys there. Yeah, I'm the FBI man in your camera, peeking at you when you do things you should not be doing. But I think Ronda and Nikki and Brie picking up the win here. The Riott Squad have been looking like absolute chumps up until now. I really don't see them picking up the win here. Maybe picking up the win just to kind of set up for a match later on between Ruby and Ronda for the championship, but I really don't see them having the planning for that or even caring that much. So I think Brie, Nikki, and Ronda picking up the win here. The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre, aka the Dogs of War. And I know I've said everyone's name in their factions up until now, but I think everyone should be aware of who the Shield is. But in any case, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose versus the Dogs of War, Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, 6-man tag match. And this is a tough one. Like, I love Braun. I don't like Braun as much as I used to. Like, I used to love Braun when he was in his face role, but now that he's just acting like an asshole, I don't really like him as much. He was definitely better as a face that just was a very well organically built face, and they needed him to be healed just because Roman. I really want to say the Shield is going to pick up the win here, but I'm really torn on this one. I could see... I think the Dogs... Oh, okay. We're going to go to the Dogs of War, just because that kind of helps further Dean's his eventual heel turn, breaking up with the Shield. I don't think it's going to happen yet. I mean, it could, but I definitely don't... I don't know. I said definitely, but I use that word a lot. It's not definite. It's very 50-50 on this. I think Dean is going to... This will help further his heel turn if they lose. It'll also help, I think, if Drew gets the pin, it'll be able to put him in a main event position against Roman to challenge for the title later on, probably after Braun and Brock lose at Crown Jewel, but that is a pay-per-view to talk about in our time. So yes, I'm going with the Dogs of War. Now we have Daniel Bryan versus The Miz for the number one contendership for the WWE Championship, which will either be AJ or Samoa Joe at the end of the night. Don't know who, but Miz or Bryan will face them probably at Crown Jewel for the belt, if not Survivor Series. This is another one that I'm really torn on, because I see the story being told the same way no matter who wins. But I think the way the feud's gone so far, I think Bryan needs to pick up the win here. So I'm going to say Bryan, but in either case, even if The Miz wins, I see whoever wins here going on, challenging for the title, winning the title, and then loser winning the Royal Rumble and challenging at WrestleMania. That's how I see that going. That's a story that kind of makes sense in my head. So yes, Daniel Bryan picking up the win here and becoming the number one contender. Bobby Lashley and John Cena versus Elias and Kevin Owens. And this is a match that has had, decent build between Bobby and the other two. Like, they have a reason to fight. It would make way more sense if it was Leo Rush. Like, having thrown Leo Rush as his kind of like manager, messing around dude. It would have made perfect sense to throw him in here for a tag team match. Throwing John Cena in just to get him on the card and make it a big show, because John Cena, it's stupid. That's awful storytelling. It's going to create a big pop. It could create a big pop depending on the Aussie crowd. I don't know how they feel about John Cena. The general consensus is boo Cena, boo Reigns. Presumably, I know they're in a different hemisphere than like completely different. I'm up in the northwest hemisphere, and they're down in the southeast. Could be a completely different mindset down there. You never know. But in any case, I think John and Bobby will pick up the wins here, because WWE doesn't seem behind Owens and Elias as winning competitors. This is the final match that we're going to talk about here. Triple H versus The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels is in Triple H's corner. Kane is in The Undertaker's corner. It's not a tag match. Don't confuse it with a tag match. They're just in the corners, chanting for them, cheering them on. Probably going to get involved in some way. Michael's probably going to be taking a bump, but there's a lot of matches on here that I'm surprisingly torn on. I think Triple H wins with the help of Shawn Michaels setting up for the DX versus Bars the Destruction match at Crown Jewel, and then probably Survivor Series, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, which if I fantasy booked this, I would say that should be Undertaker's last match. Have Shawn win it, retire The Undertaker, and they both technically retired each other, and then don't have Shawn Michaels come back, don't have Undertaker come back, just have it end like that. That would be great, because he debuted at Survivor Series 28 years ago, maybe 29, 28-ish years ago, which is insane. So it would be really cool if they sent him off at Survivor Series. No one is talking about this being Undertaker's final match, at Survivor Series against Michaels, but I think it should be. That's getting off on a different tangent, but I think Triple H picking up the win here, because I think that tells the story the best way. I think Undertaker picking up the win doesn't tell the story as well. So I'm gonna go with Triple H. All right, guys, that is all of the predictions for Super Showdown, the Aussie show. I'm sorry if I offended you with that accent. Oh my god, that was awful. Yeah, so that is the predictions for Super Showdown happening tomorrow at like 5 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know what time it's actually happening in Australia. I don't know the other times. I'm on the East Coast, so I care about the East Coast time, which is awful that they're doing it at 5. That sucks. Really sucks. I wish they were all kind of like afternoon shows. I wish all the shows started kind of at like 5, 6 o'clock instead of starting at like 7 or 8 o'clock or whatever. But whatever, that's just me being selfish and first world problems. So all this being said, guys, you've heard my predictions. So leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for a like, hit the notification bell so you miss a stream or an upload. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I have to record a lot of our things today, so I will say peace.